Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there.
Look at the trends. If you're somebody who loves looking at the trends, whether that's even just new clothes, new jewelry, new fashion, new cars, new foods, new whatever people are into, right? There's so many health trends. And really see how you could improve it or how you could capitalize on them. Like, what's wrong with it? Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And I want to know how you're feeling. How is your soul? How are you feeling about your goals and moving forward? It's February, you guys. Do we need a redo? I know that I did. And let me tell you a little bit about that before we jump into 5 ways to come up with a new business idea. I just want to tell you that January for me had some different health things that I was doing. We had some different things that we're moving forward on trying to start a family. And January just really felt kind of like I was on hold. So if you felt that way, I want to tell you that February is the new January, and that is what we're going with. So even if you had a stellar January, I'm so proud of you. I love that for you. And it's like you get an extra January. So here we go, you guys. All right. So it's never the really big to-dos every single day. It's not 25 things that you have to get done to move forward on those goals, right? It's really getting clear on what the big needle movers are in your business and making sure those are scheduled in. And I just want to share something that I was doing that was making me feel really overwhelmed when it comes to attracting new audience and social media content and growing my email list. I was putting too much in one day and finding that I was doing nothing, meaning I was trying to create my social content for the month and film it all in one day. And what would happen is I would get like a quarter of the way through every single time and just feel like I was failing. And something that I'm doing now is scheduling 2 full days to create the content and just let that be creative. Let it flow. I don't have to get ready. I don't have to be behind the camera. Then give myself 1 to 2 days to record all the content. And these are so time blocked off. And I'm also aware that if I don't get them done within those 4 days, they're not getting done. So I'm getting more and more clear on the actual time that it takes and what I actually need to get these things done. So I hope that that helps you. Let's jump into the topic today. You guys, I want to give you 5 ways to come up with a new business idea. And even if you don't need a new business idea, this is just going to help you build on the business idea that you already have. So number 1, identify a problem or need in the market and find a solution. Number 2, leverage your skills, your experience, and what you think your zone of genius is to offer something that might seem unique in a service or a product. Number 3, look at the trends. If you're somebody who loves looking at the trends, whether that's even just new clothes, new jewelry, new fashion, new cars, new foods, new whatever people are into, right? There's so many health trends. And really see how you could improve it or how you could capitalize on them. Like, what's wrong with it? Number 4, brainstorm with family, friends, and other entrepreneurs. And number 5, think about your hobbies and passions and see if there's a business opportunity there. So let's go through each one. So number 1 was identify a problem or a need in the market and find a solution. Now, you might be like, oh my gosh, this is not typically how my brain thinks. But what I want you to do for a second is just think about your everyday life. What is something that you go through the day and wish that you had something that maybe doesn't exist, something that could make your life easier, something that could cut down on time? Or look at all of the current products that you're using and think of what would you like if this did something better? How would you like to improve this thing? Is it the flavor? Is it the smell? Is it the packaging? Is it how it's delivered to you? Is there room for improvement? And is someone doing it already, but maybe they're not great with marketing? Maybe there's a lot of room for you to be able to look at that thing and add your solution to a problem that's already being solved, but just take it up a notch.
Hey y'all, if you didn't know, Earn Your Happy is now a part of the Growth Day Podcast Network. This is so exciting to me because I have been looking for a really good home for the show for, I can't even tell you, years, literally. And now I've finally been able to come together and collaborate with other people who have incredible shows, and I want to share them with you. One of the shows is Motivation with Brendon Bouchard. And you guys, if you don't know about the beginning of my career, I literally started with Brendon Bouchard's work. It's how I launched one of my very first online courses and membership sites, was because he gives so much advice that you can integrate and implement immediately. And that's what you're going to get on the show. Not just motivation, but you're going to learn exactly how to get your stuff out in the world. And not just that, but Brendon runs in the most incredible group of humans who are really doing the thing out in the world that you want to be doing. So go check it out. Go subscribe to Motivation with Brendon Bouchard. I promise you, this is going to be one of those shows that no matter when you tune in, you're going to get value. Like, it's not one of those that you're like, God, I listened for 30 minutes and I didn't get what I wanted. Like, from the beginning, you're going to get something that changes your life or changes your business. So go check it out. Motivation with Brendon Bouchard. I know you're going to love it. I'm obsessed.
Number 2, leverage your skills, experience, and expertise to figure out how you could create something unique like a service or a product. And you guys, this is really talking about looking at your zone of genius. If you are so good with coming up with marketing ideas for something, Maybe you find a co-founder who loves to create products or who's really good with formulation, or somebody who has your opposite skill set, and you guys get together and combine your expertises to create something awesome together. So where is your zone of genius, and what gaps do you need filled in? What is something that you love doing all day long, and how could you bring that to either a service or a product or a company that maybe is already in existence that you just want to be a part of, that maybe you could go and also help make better? So number 3 was look at the trends and see how you could make them better and capitalize on them. And like I mentioned, there is so much room in the health space to make it better right now. I really believe that there is a lot of room to make things more simplistic, make things more of a no-brainer, make things that you don't have to necessarily think about as much, make things all in one. I think that there's a lot of room in, different products where maybe they're not focused on females, or maybe it's not focused on a specific market that you think is really not getting any attention. So start looking at everything that you have, everything that you use, everything that you put on your body, everything that you wear, and everything that you wish existed. Put it in your notes section. Start really taking notice where you're like, man, the more that I look at this thing and the more that I ask my friends if they use it, and they say yes, and I ask them, hey, what do you like or not like about it? And they always tell me, well, I like it, but I wish it was like this. If you keep getting those same answers back, there could be a lot of room for you to create something better. And that's what I want you to realize is it's actually really, really rare that people come up with something totally new when you look at what's out there. When people find those things that are just like such disruptors in category, number one, that is freaking amazing. But a lot of times those things won't come to you right away until you really start asking yourself all of these questions and just throw yourself into the deep end of the pool. So of course, be looking for that. Like, what doesn't exist that I actually wish could exist? What problem do I wish people were solving that I feel like people aren't thinking about, but truly would be so impactful for the planet and would catch on? That's another one, right? Like, you also want to see if someone's not doing it yet, like, maybe it's not really needed, or maybe people don't really care about it. Number 4, brainstorm with friends and family and other entrepreneurs. You guys, 2 heads is better than 1 every single time. I do believe that there is a magic formula that opens up with 2 or more people. I think 3 or more is even more magical to gain a lot of perspective and insight. You're going to think of things and they're going to think of things that you would have never come to you, even in your deepest thinking, you guys. Even in the longest shower or the longest time on the toilet, this stuff is not going to come to you unless you get more people. Now, it's up to you if you want to get more people in the shower with you or on the toilet. That's weird, but if that works for you, that's cool too. All right, you guys, number 5, think about your hobbies and passions and see if there's a business opportunity there. Like I said, if there's something that you love doing, if you are a painter, let's just use this example, actually. I just had a woman come to my house because I saw some art that she did online. I ended up purchasing some of the art through my decorator for my dining room. I absolutely love her. And I noticed that she just kind of dabbles in all art. Like, she loves painting and she loves the new, like plaster canvases. I'm probably totally slaughtering that, but she loves to do her hobby of creating, of being an artist in so many different arenas. And, she hadn't always been paid for it at all. And someone actually reached out to her because she was posting all of her stuff online and reached out and said, hey, I would love to commission some of these from you. So the cool thing about that is, you guys, she was sharing her art online over and over and over again. And that's how it got noticed. So what are some of your hobbies that potentially could be interesting to other people that, yeah, maybe you won't get noticed like her, but maybe you could start posting it and saying that this is what you do and you could do it for other people, right? Maybe you message people who you know are redecorating their house right now. Maybe you find a bunch of decorators in your area and say that you'll give them some, half-priced pieces to start placing them in different homes so that you can start being seen by the right people that you want. It's really starting to think outside of the box, and how can you think abundantly about how your hobbies and passions could serve other people and how you could get out there and just test it out. So I just want to give you some cool scientific facts that I looked up. Yes, this is what I'm doing, you guys. I'm looking up scientific facts. How cool is this? About how brainstorming actually works with others. So number one, like I told you, it gives you a diverse perspective that leads to more ideas. Brainstorming with others who have different backgrounds, different experiences, and different perspectives results in such a wide range of ideas that are going to be generated. And truly, this is going to drive and create more innovation. If you look at big companies, they have massive teams because they want to drive creativity and innovation. So social facilitation improves performance. Research has shown that people perform better when working in a group than when working alone. This is known as social facilitation, and it leads to a more productive brainstorming session. If you're not convinced yet, group pressure can lead to conformity. While having a group can be beneficial, it's also important to be aware of the potential for a group pressure to lead to conformity. This can result in loss of diversity in ideas and limit the creativity of the group. So when you do it, what I want you guys to be making sure is that you do something I call stupid idea time. So this is when, no matter how people feel coming into the group, what can happen is sometimes you come into a group and you kind of know the answers that people want to hear. You kind of know that people want their idea to work. But if it doesn't work and you don't feel like you can speak up, then you're probably just going to be a yes man and not give any new outlandish, maybe kind of crazy, disrupting ideas. But when you play Stupid Idea Time, which is from my friends Rob and Kim Murgatroyd, they talk a lot about how, when you start out saying Stupid Idea Time, no idea is stupid. It's like it allows you to just say, hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? And also diversity in the group. Sometimes if we just brainstorm with our best friends or with our close family who think we're amazing, a lot of times it can be exactly what I said. So make sure that you're asking people or setting it up from a place of, hey, I don't just want you to agree with this. I want you to play devil's advocate. I want you to poke holes in this. I want to know why this wouldn't work and also why it would work, right? So you don't want a totally negative conversation, but you want to play both sides and leave space for both sides. Okay, guys, I hope that this helps you. I hope that this helps you invite in new ideas into your current business. I hope that this might stir something in your soul around the possibility of you creating something epic in the marketplace or in the service-based industry, or even just what you're talking about right now out in the world. So I'm sending you so much love. If you love this episode, one of the biggest ways that helps me, honestly, is to share it, to text it with a friend. And if you have not rated and reviewed, oh my God, that is huge for a podcaster, let me tell you. So you guys, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, earn your happy.
Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also has influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at Kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com.
Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently, and most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.